The mood in the locker room is really positive right now, as wrestlers do see a sense of permanence and stability with TNA now that wasn't there a year ago when there was a constant concern about its future. Also, AJ Styles and Christopher Daniels, as veterans of TNA without WWE experience, are content and pleased with their pushes lately, which rubs off on the lesser experienced X Division guys. The wrestlers with the most tainted locker room reps aren't around anymore.
That's good. Wow. Rotating people out who make the locker room shit?
No, you should keep them around until they ruin everything very publicly.
You know, okay, there's something to say about that.
Go.
So, like, the Ricky Starks thing came out, right?
Yeah.
About how, like, you know, like, they feel like he doesn't want to be there, so, like, and he's turning down ideas that have been pitched to him. So it's like, well, you know, whatever, we're not going to pitch ideas because we don't think he wants to be here. And people are like, ugh, how ridiculous of a thing to... It's like, that makes sense. They're still paying the guy. He's still getting a paycheck. Like, all they can do is send him ideas, and if he doesn't want to do it, he doesn't want to do it because they're a company that, you know, allows that instead of just telling people what to do.
I don't know. I would be like, fucking come to work. That would be my stance, honestly.
That would be me too, but it's like, I don't know. I don't see the, like, that's not an AEW, like, negativity from, like, a worker's standpoint, you know?
Yeah.
Like, they're pitching ideas, the dude doesn't want to do the ideas.
Very funny if that's how all workplaces worked. It's like, Liam, we want to pitch you on this idea of you doing this during your shift. And it's like, that doesn't work for me, brother.
Doesn't work for me. Actually, I'm going to stay home, but please pay me still.
Nonetheless.
But it's like, good. I'm glad they're still getting paid, but it's like, I don't know, man. It feels like that seems like a perfectly reasonable response to be like, we don't know if you want to be here. We're not going to keep putting you on TV. Especially if, like, you don't want to come to TV and job.
Come to do...
Which I'm not saying is the Ricky scenario, I don't know. But it's like, you know, the Miro thing that came out a few months ago where it was like, hey, we want to give you, like, this month push, and then you put someone over at the end. And it's like, he just says no. Like, that's crazy to me than, like, the idea of just, like, stopping pitching things to people who don't want to do things. It's like call a guy up and say, get on the fucking plane.
Yeah.
Get in the ring. Do the story that I want you to do. Why else do I hire people?
So you can ask them, do they want to do the story? And they say no, and you continue to pay them.
Like that would be probably better for the locker room morale if they had, like, a leader who was willing to put his foot down and say, no, do the shit that I'm paying you to do.
We talked about this, I think, on one of our last episodes, but I think wrestlers are willing to fall in line more than you'd expect if you're hard with them.
Yeah, well, I think that's most people.
Yeah. Oh, actually, speaking of, before you get onto that thought, I meant to do this at the start of the show. You made a very full-throated endorsement of Brett Ratner in the last episode. Would you like to retract that?
Did I?
Yeah.
What'd I say?
Because you were doing like Bryan Singer is terrible, and you were like, unlike my unproblematic king Brett Ratner, and then we didn't visit Brett Ratner's Wikipedia page that day, and maybe should have.
What did he do? Numerous women in... Okay, immigrated to Israel in 2020.
Hey Liam, how do you feel about Brett Ratner?
Brother still makes a hell of an X-Men movie, what can I say?
Sure. Anyway, back to your thought.
No, bury him in the dirt. What do you want from me? I didn't know. Oh my god.
Yeah.
It just gets worse the more you read.
It was one of those where it's like, maybe you want to at least say he sucks publicly. So, like, because I always think about people, because, like, if you go back and listen to War Games, there's a lot of, like, oh, Marty Scurll should show up in AEW. Wouldn't that be great? And, like, people understand that one at least now, whereas this is post Brett Ratner and be like, oh, Brett Ratner's good. A lot of people are listening. It's like, that guy really loves Brett Ratner.
Did I say he was, like, a great guy?
No, but you were expressly being like, Bryan Singer, fuck him. Brett Ratner, though.
Well, I had heard the Bryan Singer stuff.
Yeah.
Fuck him. Fucking kill him. I don't know. What do you want from me? Murder him. I'm calling for his murder. Socially murder him. I don't know. Yeah, bad guy. The guy who made Red Dragon, huh?
I'll give you a reason.
Whoa. Yeah, I'm gonna say Brett Ratner, piece of shit. Not a good guy. I retract all positive statements about Brett Ratner.
Dixie Carter, again, was not at this week's TNA TV tapings as she remains on maternity leave. She is expected back soon. The locker room atmosphere has been just fine without her, which is kind of mean. It's said to be positive as it's been in a while.
I don't know. Why would everything be not?
But, like, you should feel poor Dixie's absence. Everyone should be like, you know what? Everyone's kind of sad without her.
I don't know.
It says one TNA wrestler, the AJ and Daniels elevation in the tag division really has helped morale. So did Scotty putting over Joe. Everyone is laid back. It's a good place to be. See how long that lasts.
We have a story breaking from Mick Foley.
What's Mick Foley saying?
Mick Foley says that it would have that he met with MJF about being his final opponent and doing 6 great weeks of TV
In AEW?
Yeah.
I see why he would look at Max to do it.
Yeah.
It would be so heartbreaking for me for that to be Mick Foley's like last match. Why not fucking Mox? He's right there.
I don't know. But apparently he had a secret meeting with MJF where before he called off his final match, that it looked like it was going to be MJF.
That's such classic wrestler brain of being like, I can do one more, and then doctors being like, no, you fucking can't.
Yeah. I mean, like, it would have been cool to have a Foley run on AEW.
Yeah.
Just to, like, see him in that... Like, 'cause, you know, he did the TNA stuff. They only would have kind of hit all the big four. Like a Stinger, you know?
Like a Jeff Jarrett.
Like a Jeff Jarrett, like a Sting, like a Tony Schiavone.
Like a Juventud Guerrera.
Like, who else?
Who else has been in all 4?
Shane Helms?
DDP.
No, he isn't
DDP
AEW.
has.
Yeah, DDP. But yeah, you know, would have been fun.